getting banned, and Fjorda Verklift is taking out the Nidalee. So, looking at champions that we're going to be seeing banned out here, with Karma, Cannon, Kha'Zix, Kartus, Kassadin, Echo.
You want to go with the triple K there? It's not
Hey.
going to happen because Elise is the last one that's going to be taken out. And Tom Kench is gone as well for Fortunate. I think he played that last week as well. And he made a lot of ridiculous saves, I think. But, so he's not going to play that one, but he has a lot more up his sleeve. So I don't think he's going to be too worried. Syndra is going to be taken away from Knights as well. So first pick Azrael here, just to secure like the one of the couple 80 carries that Bwipo does play. It does help him out as well because in case he does miss position, he has his shift to get away out of dodge. So just making sure he has a nice laning phase, I guess.
Oh no, not again! Please switch away from Nunu. No, Nunu. We saw what happened last time. We put Nunu in the mid lane or something like that. Was kind of who was that again? That was last season. Someone selected Nunu and went. Oh yes, it was Domi.
Oh, wasn't that in the top lane?
Either the top lane or the jungle, but it didn't work.
Huh. Yeah.
Top lane Nunu. Oh my.
That was pretty fun, I guess. Was interesting. Oh yeah, he went for that like the super early invade and tried to take away a camp or something, and then it screwed up. I remember that one. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, he invaded the enemy blue buff, I believe.
Yeah,
trying to get it, and then suddenly
I think he died as well.
Yeah, he died. You lost his flash, lost everything, and then it was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. But in any case, no Nunu just yet. I don't think it's going to happen this season at least. So we have Shen and Alistar locked in. So the Shen already bringing a lot of team play to the field. They can go for the sneaky ganks. Maybe put a Twitch in there. That would be interesting. What do they call it again? The scuba Twitch or something, I think. We have Poppy and Braum locked in here as well on the other side. So both the top laner and the AD carry who are maybe in positions they don't play too often, or they get a champion they like secured here. So
yeah, well, I like how the red team is making use of Sivers on the hunt to further help Olaf in getting to his target. So this can go pretty well. Stallion goes for Alistar. And it will allow him to control the battle all the time. So I think this setup has especially if they can, I guess, put an Orianna in there for even more battlefield control. Get the speed ups and make Olaf your ball carrier who can just drop the shockwave ball right in the middle of the enemy team.
Yeah, it could be a possibility. I mean, the team composition has a lot of heavy frontliners so far on the side of mCon. And you have like the Sivir that needs a lot of scaling into the late game. So I don't know. They need some more damage output in there. Of course, the Olaf will do quite some damage and will be able to get past any crowd control coming out from Sector 1. But I don't think it's going to be enough. But we'll have to see. They still have one pick remaining, and it is for Sebs. Oh, the Cassiopeia could definitely help them set up, do enough damage, get some more crowd control in there. I would definitely like that one. And yeah, finally a game where Cassiopeia isn't banned because she's been taking away a lot of the times.
Yeah, and I believe that Sebs is one of the only ones in the Benelux who actually plays a lot of Cassiopeia and maybe Coscu.
And Cardamel.
Oh yeah, Carnival didn't get it banned out last game, I believe.
Yeah. No, it was banned. It was
banned, okay.
Yeah. I'm quite sure because like everybody bans it against him. Just don't want him to play it. But there you have it. So we are all locked in now, and it's going to be an interesting fight at least. So this is pretty much the fight for the top spot because the winner of this one is going to come out with the full 9 points. And it's going to be secured of that number 1 position because there's nobody really able to challenge them for it right now. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so I wonder if the change up here for Sector 1 is going to mean trouble for them.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest question, but we'll see it in about 3 minutes. In the meantime, let's take a quick look at the rest of the compositions here. So we have Graves versus Olaf in the jungle. Olaf is very strong, but I think Olaf needs a little bit more time to get going than Graves does.
Yeah, and I wonder, I mean, Graves can be used as an aggressive counter jungler. And we've seen many times, I mean, when Olaf does his jungle rotation, he gets pretty low towards his red buff. And there are several opportunities to abuse the fact that once he gets to the red buff, that he only has like a couple of hundred hit points remaining. If you go for that invade, and if you have your mid laner pushing up a lot during that time, you can make a good move onto him. And well, we all know Bruder, he does like to go that aggressive against the other jungler, so it could be possible this matchup. But it all kind of depends on how mid lane goes. I mean, it is against the Cassiopeia, so it is going to be difficult to push up. But if Knight does get it done, they might make a play in that jungle.
Yeah, that seems fair. All right, so other than that, top lane, Shen versus Poppy, I guess.
Boring.
Yeah. I think we should be focusing our attention on the bottom lane.
Yeah. One plus I want to say about the top lane. I mean, it is going to be tank versus tank, and it is their coach Arendelle, and I think that's just good for him. He can just farm it out, stay safe, not feed too much against Ferglif because he has a tanky champion as well. So that's actually pretty good for the team. So just a little side note about that one. But yeah, the bottom lane, it is once again the Ezreal, which I absolutely hate, and he's going to be partnered up with the Braum. They're going to take it up against that Sivir Alistar. So Spell Shield going to come into effect here. Is going to be able to block out some of the hits from Ezreal, and he's going to shove up that wave pretty quickly. The Ezreal is going to make it. It's going to have a troublesome time if it gets pushed up into the turret. It's not really the position you want him to be in. So I wonder how that one goes out. They need to keep that wave a bit centered if possible, and then make use of Ezreal's poke later on in the mid game, I think.
Yeah, that seems like a very valid explanation of what we will be seeing. So about 30 seconds to go, which means it's time once again for the for the most important announcement of the day, and that is that you can still buy tickets for the championship itself, the live event at the Amsterdam Arena. Make sure to go to eslbenelux.nl and head over to the Winter Championship. It should have a blue button with buy tickets, and you can still buy tickets for the day itself, $12.50 each. And of course, if you want to go for the entire weekend, because we also have CSGO and Hearthstone, you can of course get those tickets as well for €20. So you can get a full weekend for just €20. Now, I would say that is definitely a steal, and if you would buy the dates independently, it would cost you €25. So that's a relatively big amount of this big discount on those tickets. Yeah, and as for loading into the Rift, Gerard, what do you like? You said, Bruder, he really likes to be aggressive. Are we going to see that happening in the initial stage of the game?
It's kind of hard to say no, because that's just what he does. But the fact is, it is a Cassiopeia, and the Cassiopeia is going to push up that wave, and it's going to put you in a bad position if you're going to go for that invade. But we'll have to wait and see. But for now, we are on to the Rift. Sector 1 going to take it up against mCon Esports. Both teams are ready and waiting in position, and maybe we'll see some level 1 action. So far, it hasn't happened too often. I think we only saw like one first blood happening before the minions even spawned onto a Karma, which was a bit unlucky. He thought he had full vision of the jungle entrance, but then turned out there was just a couple pixels that he missed
that's
out,
one, yeah.
So,
That was last week, if I recall correctly. Yeah, we've seen some invades, But Arendelle, Bruder, Knight, Bwipo, and Fortunate on the side of Sector 1, they're just completely spread out. And on the other side, it's Fjorder, Verglift, Donny, Sebs, Brennesh, and Nightmares, LOL. They're going to try and be as defensive as well. So no invades from either side. We're going to be seeing both junglers starting on the top side of the map, which is also very well in the line of expectations. And where we're going to be seeing the first gank, nobody knows.
Well, the thing is, of course, Bruder and Donny actually are both starting on the top side of the map. It is the less favorable start for an Olaf. You kind of want to end up at the red buff so you can use your smite to heal back up. So that's why we usually see Olaf starting at that blue buff. But nevertheless, they'll both end up around the bottom lane. And I think if we're going to see an early gank, it's going to be only Bruder who's going to be able to, because Donny is going to be so low after doing all his camps. We'll have to wait and see. So far, a lot of training gonna start going down on that mid lane.
Yeah, and that's what we expect from Sebs and One Knight to do in that middle lane. Just a nice bit of trading for left and right, a little bit of poke. And of course, Sebs has that advantage where he can actually use his Miasma and Noxious Blast to do a lot of damage over time.
Yeah, and meanwhile on the bottom lane, Bwipo already trying to find position around his minions to do some damage onto the bottom lane of mCon Esports. Hasn't been able to do too much, and Bernash is just doing his job as a saver. Push out the wave. Nice spell sheet there, good timing. But yeah, I think that's going to be mostly a safe farming lane.
Well, Arendelle seems to be in a lot of pain because he is already down to half hit points against Fjorder Forklift. And yeah, the shield will be useful. But
I suppose.
It's the thing is, I'm from the looks of it, Fjorder has a little bit of an advantage because he's a little bit more experienced in that role.
Yeah, I mean, he has been maining top lane for years now. So it is just his most efficient position. And oh, Donny wants to fight here with Bruder, but can Bruder?
Yeah, well, Sebs is also coming in, and now Nightmares, and it's a good game. Bruder, he will go down. Donny runs away, and First Blood goes over to Sebs, and that is horrible for Knight because, well, let's be honest, as a Cassiopeia this early with both buffs, that's going to be so hard to deal with. It's just damage over time, damage over time. But what was Bruder doing there? Well, being Bruder, I guess.
Yeah, and maybe playing a bit telegraphed here. The team from mCon kind of expecting perhaps him to go aggressive and just in a better position to take that kill. It was pretty close. I mean, Donny almost died. He had to hide behind his team to not be hit by those box shots coming out of Bruder. So able to save his life. But look at that. I mean, Knight is in a lot of trouble against Sebs now.
He already just one combo and down to half hit points. Can't get anywhere, and that's the thing. That's just the thing that they that he has to deal with for the next. Well, I think 2-3 minutes because Cassiopeia also seems to have taken the buff ability in her talent tree, which gives it extended buff duration.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna pay dividends right now, seeing as she has that double buff. So yeah. One Knight is not going to be happy about that one, and Cassiopeia will be able to perhaps go for that Tear of the Goddess first. I'm not sure if she wants to maybe save up for something else, because she already has so much money in her pockets, but in any case, she's going to make use of those buffs first before going back to base.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, going back to base early with those two buffs is just a waste of buffs. Might as well make life miserable for Knight. And well, the only thing that surprises me is that Sebs hasn't really been able to convert his buff advantage into a lane advantage. Like he can damage Knight, but he hasn't been able to actually get the CS going.
Yeah, Knight is just doing a good job of cleaning up the farm indeed. But then again, he is pretty low and low on mana as well, so he needs to be careful now. Probably wants to head back to base because of that fact. He might even use his ulti to push out the wave and allow him a safe exit.
Yeah, well, that's going to be an interesting turn of events. That's for certain. Now in the top lane, Fjordur versus Erendil, and Fjordur having a seemingly hard time against the coach of Sector 1.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have a bit of an advantage here. But still, he's not doing too bad. He's sort of doing okay on farm, but he's going to get behind, which is to be expected. I mean, let's be honest. But I mean, any goal he can pick up right now is going to be alright for him. As long as he can get some of his core items, he should be fine and able to set up his team later on.
Yeah. This is an interesting matchup, to say the least. Like, this is definitely also for Fjordur. He's probably used to how Repo plays, and now he has to play against someone who he has no clue what his playstyle is, where he can get the advantages, etc., etc. And that's something that can get into his head. In the meantime, though, we see Sivir going back to base, has picked up the BF swords. Ezreal picking up the Cull and the Tear of the Goddess, as well as another Sapphire Crystal, so a lot of mana before Repo will have to go back to base.
Yeah. I mean, he's just gonna play the farming game, wants to stack up both his Tear as his... Ooh, nice steal there from Donnie! Gets the blue buff away from Bruder with his Undertow. That was pretty insane. But... yeah, so Bruder not going to be too happy about that. So giving away first blood and losing the blue buff to an axe. So that's kind of, that's kind of hurtful. But yeah, so Bwipo is just going to be able to farm up, stack up on the Tear and his Cull, and just wait to get past his little bit of his mid phase or mid laning phase lull, where he's just not able to do much.
But for now, looking at the bottom lane, Fortunate and Bwipo, it looks like Bwipo has a little bit of an advantage over his direct opponent Brennash. Actually, never mind, here's the engage immediately. Unbreakable coming out as well. Unfortunate saving Bwipo there, because that would have been a lot of damage. Now Donnie also moving in, has a smite available. Bruder does not now. Bruder in a lot of trouble. Look at the damage being dealt there to Bruder. He gets taken out because Seps actually came down from the middle lane.
Oh man, and Knights may be in trouble, though Donnie just throws an axe, heads off. They want to go for that dragon because there we have it, the first Infernal of today. And they want to make sure that they get it right now while Bruder is still down and out, still waiting to respawn in the base. So that's a pretty good job here from mCon, doing well for themselves in the early phase, but we have seen this so often from Sector 1. Laning phase, not really the best we see out of them, but once the mid game hits, they always seem to just take the game into their own hands and just snowball out of control. So I wonder if the same thing is going to happen, but for now they are behind by a fair amount.
Yeah, and that dragon will be coming into play a lot later because the 8% isn't that much at this moment. This Nightmare's taking so much damage. Here's Shen coming in with the Sanction Knight. Will he actually survive just long enough? There's Shen. And now Fortunate in a lot of trouble. Will get taken out, and oh my word, Nightmare was so tanky. He survived so long, and he didn't even have his ultimate at that point.
Nope, he definitely didn't, and that's just kind of a risk being taken by Bwipo. Unfortunate, they really wanted to get that kill, because if they would be able to kill Nightmare before Furclift got in there, it would have been an easy pickup. It would still be kind of risky for Bwipo to get away from Brunash. But still, I mean, then it would have definitely been worth it. But now, 2 kills in the hands of Fjordur Furclift, that's going to be a trouble for Erendil.
Yeah, Furclift can actually get the Sunfire Cape soon. He has already built the bottom extender, but now he needs to be a little bit careful. Erendil moving into position, trying to push Fjordur somewhere, but I'm getting the feeling Fjordur had the sneaky suspicion that Bruder was actually already in that top lane because Seps saw him a little bit earlier.
Yeah, but now they're looking at the mid lane. Seb's in trouble.
Yeah, Seps takes so much damage right there and will just get taken out. And just look at the amount of vision that the team of
Oh no!
Oh, Donny actually coming in here, pops the Ragnarok, Bruder in a lot of trouble. Oh, double knockup by Nightmare. Look at Donny, he just keeps going, he doesn't stop. Oh, actually now he stops. And he almost went down there. Okay, I'm getting the feeling that Donny was like, I can't get Knight, and then at the last possible moment decided to turn around. But wow, Donny came out of nowhere and just smacked Mr. Bruder in the face.
Yeah, and it was a bit unlucky because Bruder just used his quick draw forwards towards the turret of mCon to keep on farming and push out the wave, and then Donny came on in, so he used one of his escape abilities and then was just in a lot of trouble against that Olaf. But I think that Donny actually should have been able to pick up the kill on Knight as well. He did throw his undertow. It missed by just a little bit, but I think he should have been able to throw it a bit further, and then perhaps could have picked up the kill. But that's just a matter of ifs and buts. But you know, could have been better for them.
Yeah, the issue is Donny got stunned on the tower, and then after his Ragnarok ran out. So that's the thing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So meanwhile, Bwipo unfortunately go back to that bottom lane. Bwipo is still needing to farm up. Doesn't have
mid lane again.
All stacks.
No, not yet.
Yeah, Bruder needs to be careful. He spots out Donny there, so knows that they can't go for the fight because they will lose that 2v2. Seeing as Donny has his Ragnarok available again, so just gonna play it safe here, which is to be advised, I guess. They just want to farm up, and even though they have given away 4 more kills than they have taken themselves, they are only behind 1700 gold, which isn't too bad, I suppose. So they're doing well on farming at least.
Yeah, they're at the very least keeping up, and it's also due to the fact that the guys from mCon haven't really been pressuring yet until this point. Here we go, onto Bruder. Bruder gets knocked up. Donny, took. Goodbye, Bruder. I don't know, guys. After a while, Bruder is not worth any money anymore if this keeps up.
I guess true.
I guess he did kill Seps, so he reset back to full, but my god, they don't like Bruder. Now the bottom lane, Bwipo versus Brennash. And 2 people moving in, Bwipo thinking about it. Can't get the mystic shot, there's the unload going out. Now Brennash, nice bait by Brennash, now Bwipo in a lot of trouble as Donny and Nightmare come in. Brennash with the flash, good job there by Brennash, he still has the heal though. There's the knock-up. And Brennash gets the kill courtesy of the tower. Wow, nice work there.
Yeah, still a good effort or good try from Bwipo to make something good out of a bad situation. Just not able to get the kill onto Brennash, and now they're going to pick up this tower here in the bottom lane, which is going to be the first tower of the game. So first tower blood going into the hands of mCon, which is going to put that lead at about 3,500 gold. And next dragon is going to be respawning soon, and it is going to be a cloud rig. And oh, maybe Nightmares and Brennash in trouble. Teleport coming in as well.
Oh yes, Society United was once again the bait. Glacial Fisher gets used by Fortunate. Fortunate trying to get away, but he can't jump to his buddy Bruder. And now they need to be very careful because Arendelle has also appeared here. Arendelle looking for Nightmares and Furclift as Bruder and Knight are coming in. Nice damage there onto Bruder. Bruder almost goes down in one go. They do manage to take down Brennash, but now Donny coming in from the rear. He was just waiting there for a second as Forklift and Donny are going straight towards the mid lane and Knight. They're trying to take down Arendelle. Arendelle was so incredibly tanky. Donny has been removed, so no true damage anymore. Seps takes a lot of damage. Nice flash there onto Bwipo. People are still there, and now maybe a chase. No, they decide to back away, but that was a 4 for 2, and that was a very good fight here for mCon once again.
311 in kills right now, and I really didn't expect it to go this crazy in this matchup. I would have expected both teams to kind of play it safe, you know, do the relaxed laning phase, but nope. mCon having none of that. They really want to take this game into their hands. They want to take control early and not allow Sector 1 to get to the mid-game power spike where they just always seem to be shining. And yeah, they're doing pretty well for themselves so far, mCon.
Yeah, definitely. And for now, Nightmare's Law just going to be clearing out some of these wards here. As Donny just continues his movement through the jungle, gets a red buff again. That's going to allow him to stay connected to his targets. And Bruder now onto Brannish. Brannish trying to get away. Here's the Underhunt coming out. Bruder gets hit by Nightmare Law. Nice combo there. They're turning it around to Bruder. Bruder so close to going down, but once again will escape this one. In the meantime, Donny also moving in will get spotted out by this ward, so that's not going to happen. And yeah, all in all, it was a nice try, but it failed.
Yeah, they're just behind by a lot right now, so Sector 1 is just grasping at straws, trying to find anything they can on the map. But so far, it's just not really working out. So Donny is actually moving into position to get Arendelle here.
Yeah, Arendelle just backing away as fast as he can. Fortunate, just looking to be nothing more than a barrier for now. Trusha Barrage comes out, misses, actually only hits the minion, so maybe that was the idea, but it doesn't do anything, and another turret going over to the team of mCon Esports.
Alright, so do you see actually a lot of movements towards that mid lane. It is the last outer turret up for grabs here for mCon, so they do want to get positioned quickly. You see Nightmare's moving in. I don't know, I think he would have been able to catch out Fortunate there if he just reacted, but it is Donny going to put down some pressure.
Well, it depends. Actually, Nightmare once again going in. Just look at the damage that they are doing together already. Glacial Fisher coming out as well. Sebs needs to be very careful. One stray bullet and he will go down. So now he's immediately escaping this one. Arendelle trying to now. Oh, there's Sage Knight keeping Sebs alive for so long, but it just wasn't enough. Now Forklift in a lot of trouble. Also has to back away as fast as he can. And well, mCon, while being so far ahead, they got too greedy, and that's going to cost them.
Yeah, hello, mCon. This is really not what you want to do. It's 17 minutes into the game and you're giving away 3 kills for free, and now they're going to pick up a turret off of that. And all you want to do is just pressure Sector 1, get some vision control, take some more turrets, and make sure that they don't get back into the match. But now they're just giving them an opportunity. They just opened the door for them. And
2 turrets down in one go. And that's not just 2 outer turrets. It's an outer turret and an inner turret, so
yeah,
this is going to hurt mCon quite a bit, and they're down to only a 2,000 gold lead. And this is the thing, I was going to say it when you were saying, yeah, they're going to try and deny Sector 1 that power spike. It's not so much about denying their power spike, because they will get there. We can be pretty sure of that, but it's more, if they power spike, we should have already gotten to our power spike, and that's something that hasn't happened yet. So with this fight, they've actually allowed Sector 1 to catch up, and yeah, most likely Sector 1 will be winning the mid game, and they are going to be looking for a late game fight.
Yeah, that's just what they need to wait for, and I really don't know what happened there. I think that I'm gonna actually look back because it seems to be a bit quiet, but I think that Sebs took a lot of turret shots to get into position to help out Donny, and that would be one of the reasons why they lost so much right there.
Yeah, but at the very least they get themselves another dragon, so I guess it is something.
It definitely is, but you know, I think it's a Cloud Drake, yeah. I'm still trying to go back in time.
Yeah, it is a Cloud Drake. So
it's not working with me.
Oh snap. Brannish moving in, looking for a shot. Donny is there on the other side, looking for Fortunate. They have spotted Fortunate and Knight. Fortunate actually dashing over to Knight. Will he actually go down? No, he will not. Unbreakable saves his life. Although Knight needs to be careful because Donny is very aggressive and might actually rival Bruder in terms of aggressiveness at times.
Yeah, definitely feels perhaps a bit invincible on that Olaf because of the Ragnarok. He's just able to run away pretty quickly. So I just checked back. I mean, Sebs did get turret aggro because he used his poison inside the jungle, but it was just one shot, so he just got poked down pretty harshly by, I think, both Knights and Fortunate's knock up from the ulti. So he just got chunked down so quickly that it was a pretty tough fight for them. But now we see Sector 1 is moving into that top lane. wants to get that turret, but the whole team of mCon is in position to go for the fight.
Oh my word, a beautiful engage right there. Sportsnet is just desperately trying to keep his team safe. And, well, he's done a good job, because now they actually have to back away. Nightmare's Law has just taken a little bit too much damage. His ultimate is about to run out, and all they can do right now is just keep wave clearing, but this tower is down to about 300 hit points, and it will fall with the next wave.
Yeah, and I think they should just give it up. Donnie uses ulti for that fight, and Nightmares as well. So
Sebs is just standing here to the side, completely
yeah.
invisible. If he can get into position, he has his flash available. He'll probably try to sneak up behind them. Here he goes, sneaky snake. He's very snaky. He's moving in.
There he is.
They're all going straight for Fortune. Just take him out of the fight. They take him out of the fight, and now they can actually continue the fight here. Of course, Petrifying is coming out, focusing their attention on Randall. Forklift has to be very careful. Oh my word! Nightmare survives by the skin of his teeth. And now they're going to try and continue the fight here as Bruder also gets taken out. And oh my word, what was that? I don't know. I don't know what just happened, but I guess mCon Esports decided, you got your chance. I'm a sneaky snake, and going in. Very well done by Sebs. You have to give credit to that for the last fight.
Yeah, just an excellent flank there coming out of Sebs, and good composure there from Brunash, and not going too greedy. I mean, he could have tried and gone for 1 or 2 more kills, but didn't. Just played it safe. Well, he was like, yeah, okay, we got the kills. We're back into this. Let's just take it slow and don't go too over aggressive. Don't give too much away to the team of Saxon 1. So very well done by them. It does give them about a 3,000 gold lead, so it's a bit more back into the favor. But seeing as it's 22 minutes in the game, the gold lead is gonna mean less and less the longer we are into this match. So they really need to pick it up if they want to take this game before Saxon 1. Saxon 1's decision making is going to be a big factor.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, but again, Sebs, that engage was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I also don't understand how Sector 1 didn't have any. They were pushing so far, but they had no vision of that tri-brush, and Sebs was gone. They probably could have felt it, that there was someone or something waiting for them.
Oh,
Donnie in the jungle. Yeah, Donnie looking for nothing. Looking for nothing. Donnie is having none of this. He's like, I'm out. Not going to happen. Brenners will though take down the middle tower, so they do get themselves. No, he actually doesn't get the middle tower. It was close. Very close. Fortunate. Following Donnie. And Donnie backs away, tosses out the undertow, and he is completely fine.
Yeah, so they did manage to save the turret. However, because Furcliff cancelled his teleport, he is on his lonesome self in the top lane, and he is going to push down that turret. So now they have to rotate Arendelle over there, and I do not think they can defend in a 4 versus 4 situation. So they most likely have to give up this turret. Bwipo doesn't have his True Shot Barrage up either, so it's going to be difficult to clear that wave. So that's going to give another, well, sort of 800 gold-ish towards the team of mCon. And now they're gonna head towards the dragon. They want to get vision control early. It is gonna be another Infernal Drake. So if they can get that one in the pockets, the setup for that mid to late game, where the dragon really is gonna make a difference.
Yeah, and doubling the amount of additional power you get is quite a bit. And yeah, there's not that much that Sector 1 is doing about it right now. They haven't gotten any wards set up there. They're perhaps sending in Fortunate, but Fortunate will get spotted out by the ward here, which actually gets taken out by Fortunate because he uses his trinket. But still, those wards are going to go down. It's definitely not a ward, by the way. But they at the same time, they actually put that ward in range of the vision ward, I believe. So that's the thing. You can see Donnie, he's thinking about it. He's definitely considering the option of taking out that ward.
Oh, is he gonna get it? No, he's not gonna take that one. He tried to kill Brunash, went so aggressive. Brunash had to use his flash though, but now Bruder is in trouble from Sebs. Can he get away?
It's starting to be a repeating thing here in this game. Bruder is in trouble. Bruder is in trouble. Bruder is in trouble. Bruder's feeding. Bruder, you're dead. Well, I don't know. The issue with such an aggressive jungler is, of course, that if you fall behind, you don't have the damage to be as aggressive as you want to, I guess. But well, at the very least, relatively, he's in the same area of Olaf in terms of gold. So that's kind of a thing here, as we have to fight slowly but surely, building up. Bruder moving in, tossing out the smoke screen. Brannish gets hit. Brannish desperately trying to escape this one. Randall going straight towards Brannish. Brannish has a shield, but can actually survive. Now they're going to be able to turn it around from the rear. It's going to be Bwipo forcing away Correction, Bruder forcing away Forklift, but the fight over the dragon continues. Dragon down to 1500. Bruder is in position. Nice fight there. Now they actually get the second dragon. Immediately Ragnarok being popped as well. Fortunate has to be very careful.
Wow.
He takes Unfortunate. And now it is actually they managed to take down Sips as well. So a lot of damage is already gone. Donnie and Nightmare as well as Brannish are trying to escape this one into the tower. Collateral damage landing. Nightmare is still alive here. Nightmare going in with double with combo actually. Bwipo is trying to stay alive. Take a breath.
Yeah, and you're breaking up a little bit, but in the end, it is Brannish picking up that double kill, and the ace as well. It looked kind of grim for them, but the problem was they did not have the means to push into that turret, so they could not go for the dive safely, and that you did see Knight was a bit wary of going for that play, and that meant just that his team was left behind. They couldn't deal with the 3 versus 2, I believe, and in the end, they just lost it. So it looked pretty good for Sector 1, but it just didn't work out the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, that was definitely the case. Very strange. Very strange that once again Sector 1 so close, but they couldn't get it done. They were desperately trying every single time, but for some reason, it just didn't work out. It felt as if they were, well, not playing as a team, but playing as their own entities.
Perhaps, yeah, it could be the case. I mean, what sometimes does tend to happen if you get behind, people want to overcompensate. They want to look for, opportunities that may not be the right decision. But if they feel like, okay, if we don't take this opportunity, we're going to get behind even further, and we can't get back into the game. So they're trying to look here and there to pick something up, and it has been working out partially, but then they take it a little bit too far. So that was a bit unfortunate. But now we see movements towards that Baron, and it is mCon who has a better position. However, we have one ward along the side of the pit that is going to spot out if mCon is going to start it. So as long as they don't clear it, Sector 1 won't take any risk of going in there. But now they don't have vision.
Very nicely done. Now they're straight onto Bruder. Bruder just gets a blitz, one chance, and now they're on to Knight. Knight also in a lot of trouble as Bwipo just is forced to arcane shift over the wall to try and stay alive. Nice dash there onto Fortunate. In the meantime, they're focusing their attention onto Arendelle, and Arendelle down to about 10% hit points will fall as well. Now Forklift has to back away as fast as he can. Barely survives, has the Stand United available. So if he can go back to base to heal up, then he will be back as a 5th member with full power. So very well done once again, and yeah, that was a good bait there by the guys from mCon Esports.
Yeah, they did a good job of moving in to the Baron pit to make sure that they had no vision of what mCon was doing. So they got rid of the ward that was kind of stopping them from baiting Sector 1 in, and just got another good fight down. I mean, it is looking closer and closer every single fight we see. But still, mCon is the one who takes the lead and picks up that Baron, which could be pretty crucial here.
Yeah, that Baron is going to be one of the most crucial. It has been in every single game that we've seen in the ESL Benelux Championship so far, and also in Season 1. Whoever gets the Baron has dominated their opponent in some way. And after the Baron, it usually takes about 5 minutes before the game is over. I wonder if Sector 1 can in some way, make a change happen and perhaps pull it back. But with a 6,000 gold deficit and most of that gold being on the AD carry, yeah, I don't know. AD carry is the one you want the least gold advantage on.
Yeah, plus we shouldn't forget the fact that mCon has 2 Infernal Drakes, so that 16% bonus attack damage and ability power is getting even more and more influential when they are getting more items. So that is going to be a big factor. They are going to rotate towards the bottom lane by the looks of it, although it is pushed up rather far, so can't really go for the turret just yet. However, they're going to get some vision control down in that bottom jungle of Sector 1, just to get themselves into position to get another dragon.
In the meantime though, top lane, Forklift getting chased down by Bruder. Bruder has the red buff, so he's going to try and slow down Forklift as much as he can. But it just isn't enough. Forklift is so incredibly strong right now. Also has a 2000 gold lead over his direct competitor, Poppy. But with Sunfire Cape, with Randuin's, and now building into either a Spirit Visage or a Banshee's Veil, well, he's literally indestructible in a 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 1 scenario.
I'm quite surprised at how well Arendelle is still doing against Faircliff in that 1v1. But meanwhile, I mean, the rest of his team is still in a lot of trouble in that 4v4 situation. And the Baron and Power minions are going to mean a lot of trouble. Grenache is just going to push out the wave and actually do quite some damage with his boomerang.
Yeah, but here's the engage as Bruder is in a lot of trouble. Just look at the damage here. Zepp's from the side once again, doing so much work with his flanking. And now to Repo and Knight, they both go down. Good night, goodbye. And it looks like it's going to be mCon Esports. They are already on the tower. And now the revive timers are going to come into play. 40 seconds on most of the champions before they actually come back in the top lane. There's also a fight breaking out between Forklift and Arendelle. Arendelle in a lot of trouble. Forklift actually can't chase because Arendelle was just a little bit further than he would have liked. Now they're on the inhibitor turret. The inhibitor turret will be falling in just a few seconds. The GG well played is coming out. Can they finish it off on the Nexus turret, or will it be a surrender vote perhaps? Well, first Nexus turret already taking a lot of damage. 50% hit points. Arendelle desperately trying to buy a little bit of time for his team just so that they can come back, back in action. Will they be able to do it enough? Collateral damage comes out. Bruder is right here. Pushing also going to fight. The Nexus is taking 50% damage. It is, yeah, Bruder's dead, Arendelle's dead. This game, and it's going to be mCon Esports winning the 3rd game of the evening, and that puts them at the top of the scoreboard.